All right, guys, important video to do here, but just before we get started, what do we think of the hat? You know, I kind of like it. I'm not sure what you think, but I think I'm gonna keep it. I'm a fan. Anyway, to the video. Hey guys, what is up? I am so excited to be here with you today talking about something that I am so passionate about and I hope changes your perspective on this idea of doubt. You see, there's this passage at the end of Matthew that just reshaped all my thinking on the concept of doubt, and I think is so powerful and could change your idea of doubt. Because I think for so many of us, we think that our doubts disqualify us. That in order to be used by God, we have to get our questions answered, we have to figure things out, and we have to eliminate doubt from our lives so that we can be the good Christians that we were always meant to be. But at the end of Matthew 28, Jesus has died, been buried, and then risen from the dead, appeared to his disciples on multiple occasions and to crowds of up to 500 people. But he is getting ready to leave to ascend up to heaven and give the Great Commission, which many of you are probably familiar with. That passage of go into all the world and make disciples, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I'm with you always to the end of the age. This is a passage we've heard time and time again, and it's this big climactic moment to the story of Jesus. But there's a verse in between the disciples seeing Jesus and receiving this command that I think is really easy to overlook, but is oh so powerful. It comes in Matthew chapter 28, and it's right here. Let me read it to you. It's in verse 17, and it says, when they saw him, they worshiped him, because of course that's what you do when you see the risen Messiah. You worship him. But the verse doesn't end there. It says when they saw him, they worshiped him, but some doubted. But some doubted. And I read this verse and I wonder, how do you doubt when you are standing right there with Jesus, when you can reach out and touch him? How could you have doubts then? But I think for so many of us, if we were writing this story, well, the story would end right there. Because we think our doubts disqualify us. We would not give the Great Commission to the people who doubt us when we're standing right there. But lucky for us, that is not how Jesus operates. You see, Jesus knew their doubts because he knew their hearts, he knew their minds. He stood right there with them. He looked in their eyes and he knew that some of them doubted. But rather than allowing the story to end there, rather than looking at them and saying, seriously, how can you doubt me? I'm right here with you. He went on. He looked them in the eyes and he said, I need you to spread this message to the entire world. I'm putting you in charge of the greatest message the world has ever heard. Despite your doubts, despite your shortcomings, I choose you to carry my message. You see, Jesus rose from the grave and only stuck around for 40 days. He could have carried on the message himself. He could have gone out in the streets and said, look, here I am. Look at what I have done. But he said, no, I want you to carry this message. Carry this message to the entire world. To people who look different than you, believe different than you, think different than you. In fact, for many of you, this will cost you your life. And I know you have your doubts. And I know you're scared. But I still choose you. I still choose you to carry this message. And I believe God looks at us today. He doesn't see our doubts and disqualify us, but he sees our doubts and says, I still choose you to carry this message. I still choose you to go serve. I still choose you to go preach, to go sing, to go do what I have called you to do despite your doubts. Because your doubts don't disqualify you. Your doubts make you human. And God chose to use us humans, broken, complicated, messy people filled with our doubts, to carry his message into all the world. And he still chooses us. He still looks at us and says, your doubts don't disqualify you. I choose you. So wherever you are today, you might look at me and say, Austin, I've got serious doubts and they're eating away at me. I'd say, congratulations, you're human. We all have our doubts at times, but they don't disqualify you. If you choose to still step into this mission, this calling, to still be part of this kingdom, your doubts don't disqualify you. And chances are, once you start stepping into your calling, when you push past your doubts, when you realize they don't disqualify you, you'll get on the other side, look back and realize those doubts, where did those even come from? Those were nothing in retrospect. But in order to get over our doubts, we have to keep going. Well, hey guys, what is up? I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you've made it to this point, congratulations, you are the best. Seriously, I know I say this every video, but it amazes me that people watch these, even if it's only a few. You guys are seriously the best, and it means so much to me that you would watch these. And if you enjoyed it, share it with a friend, leave me a comment, click like. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe so you can see more content like this. And if you like the hat, let me know. All right, guys, see you. You're the best. I'll see you next time.